In this tutorial, I'll be demonstrating how you can use Affinity to create this simple text-based logo design that doesn't really depict anything in particular. It's just a simple design that you can create using 3 lines of text. Before we get started though, if you want to learn more about how Affinity works, be sure to check out my Affinity Masterclass. It's a collection of over 80 videos where we go over all of the tools and features in Affinity, and I explain what they are and demonstrate how they work, kind of like how I'll do in this video. We even have a private community where you can ask questions and get help from me anytime you need it. I'll have some information about that below if you want to check that out. And with that out of the way, let's get started. So I'm going to open up a new document by going to File, New. And I'm going to open a new document that is 1280 by 1280 pixels, and I'm going to enable the transparent background option and click Create Document. I'm going to select Vector View, and then I will come over here into the vector environment, and then I want to turn on snapping, which is this magnet icon up here. Mine's already turned on, but if yours isn't, just go ahead and turn that on. And I'm going to grab the Shapes tool, and I'm going to work with a polygon first. So let me grab the polygon tool. And up here in the tool settings, we want 6 sides. So go ahead and type in 6 if you don't have that. And I'm going to snap the cursor to the center of the page vertically and horizontally. And you'll see those 2 guides populate on the page once you have it placed there. And then click and drag and then hold Command and Shift or Control and Shift if you're using Windows. And then scale this up to about that size. So I'll make that black. And I'm going to convert that to curves by clicking on this button up here that says Convert to Curves. And then I'm going to take these 3 nodes down here and hold Shift and just bring this all the way down about that far. In fact, I'm going to take these nodes and I'm going to hold Shift and bring them up a little bit as well. We want this to have an elongated look to it. So let me click off of it to deselect it. And I'm going to come back into my Shapes tool, and I'm going to grab the Circle tool. And I'm going to snap up here to the top left corner, and then click and drag, and then hold Shift so that we're making a perfectly round circle, and then snap it to the right side so that we end up with the circle that is the same width as this polygon that we've drawn. So I'm going to grab my Select tool, and I'll hold Shift and scale that down a little bit. And I'm going to select both of these. And I'm going to come over here into the Shape Builder tool, and we want to make sure we have the addition setting applied. And I'm going to click and drag a line going through those 2 sections right there so that we have that single shape. And now I can come back to my Select tool and just take this shape and get rid of it. And now we have this object here. And I'm going to move this to the center of the page, grab the Nodes tool, and I'm going to take this node up here and then hold Shift and click it down. Click and drag it down about that far. Again, holding Shift to make sure we lock it onto the vertical axis. And that right there is what we're going for. So let me move this up a little bit. I'm going to create some text now to go over the center of the logo. So I'm just going to write, well, I'm going to grab my text tool first, and then I'm going to use all caps and write logo design. And let me select all of that. And I'm going to change the font to League Gothic. You could use whatever font you'd like. I find that this font looks good for this sort of design. And I'm going to reduce the spacing between those letters. I'm going to hold the Option key and use the left arrow, or the Alt key if you're on Windows. Okay, with that said, I'm going to scale that up a little more, and I'm going to place a rectangle behind this. So let me click off of it to deselect. I'm going to grab the Shapes tool, grab the rectangle, and I'm going to draw a rectangle that's slightly larger than the text object. And I'm going to make the rectangle white, and I'm going to apply a stroke. And I want to make sure the stroke has a corner join or a miter join, and I want to place the stroke on the outside of the path by selecting this option right here. And then I want to lower this beneath the text. So I'm going to click and drag this down beneath the text layer. And then I'm going to select both of these objects, and I'm going to align them vertically and horizontally like that. And now I'm going to take just this rectangle, and I'm going to hold my Command key, or that would be Control on Windows, and just scale this down so that the height and width is appropriate. So I'll bring the height down about that far, and I'll bring the height or the width in about that far. And that looks pretty good. And I'm going to change the size of this stroke a little bit. I'm going to change it even more in a minute, but for now, I'm just going to eyeball it. And now I'm going to take the text and the rectangle and place it over the center of this shape that we created. And I want to make sure it's in the center like that. There we go. It should snap in place. And then hold Control and Shift or Command and Shift and scale this up until it's about that much larger than the logo. And let me take this object and make the stroke size larger. So 30 looks like it's a good size for this. Then I'm going to take both of these objects and I want to shear them by bringing the cursor to the right of this node right here. And you'll notice that the cursor icons change from up and down pointing arrows. And that's how you know you have the shearing option enabled. So let me click and drag to shear that. And while I do that, I'm going to hold the Command key or the Control key, and you'll notice that it shears it from the center as opposed to the ends. And I'll bring it up about that far. And if you end up with something like this, what I have here, where your corners kind of get cut off, you could just increase the size of the miter up here. So let me try something like 2, and there we go, that works. If that doesn't fix it, try a higher value like 3 or 4. And in fact, I'm going to take both of these and scale them down a little bit. We don't want them that big. Okay, and once that's set, I'm going to select, well, let me select this object right here. And I'm going to duplicate this. So let me come over here to the Layers menu, and I'm going to right-click that and go to Duplicate. And I'm going to apply a stroke. And let me go to the Color tab. I'm going to remove the fill color, and I'm going to select the stroke color, and I'm going to make this white. And then I'll come back over here to the Stroke tab, and I want to make this stroke go along the inside of the path. So I'll select that option, and I'm going to make that a little bigger. And then I'll grab the Offset tool, which is over here, or the Contour tool, as it's called. And I'll take this handle and just drag this to the left to scale it down. And I'm going to adjust the size of this stroke. So I'll make this a little bigger. And let me adjust the placement. Maybe I'll make that a little smaller. Okay, that's good. And once you're happy with how it looks and its placement, just click the Bake Appearance button up here. And then we will go to Vector and select Expand Stroke. And I'm going to do the same thing with this rectangle. I'm going to select that and go to Vector and select Expand Stroke. And now let me click off of that to deselect everything. So let me zoom in on this now. I'm going to grab my pen tool and snap to this node right here, or snap to that corner. Click to add a point, and then bring the line up to about here. And then go through here and connect it back to the starting point. And grab the Select tool and hold Shift and click on the rectangle. And let's merge them together by clicking this button that says Add. And now we have that as one shape. And we're going to do the same thing down here. Let me click off of it to deselect. Grab the Pen tool. And I'm going to snap to that corner. Bring this down here. Back to the starting point. And hold Shift, click the rectangle, and add them together using the Add Boolean operation. Okay, so now I'm going to take a duplicate. I'm going to take this text item and make a duplicate of it. So I'm just going to select it and then hold my Option key, or that would be Alt on Windows, and click and drag up and then hold Shift so that you bring it up about that far. I'm going to change the color of this to white, and I'm going to scale this down. And I'm going to grab my text tool, and the text I'm going to use for this is, I'm just going to write text base. And I'm going to change that font to something else. I'm going to go with Montserrat Extra Bold. Let me scale that down. And I want to put some spacing between those letters, so I'm going to hold my Option key and use the right arrow key to space it out, or that would be the Alt key on Windows. There we go. Scale that up a little bit. Bring that in. There we go. Now it's centered. And then I'm going to put some text along the bottom inner edge here. But I'm going to have to create a circle to flow that text along. So let me grab my circle tool. And I'm going to snap to this top left corner. And then click and drag. And then hold my Shift key. And then come over here and snap to this right edge over here, so that the circle is the same width as this inner shape. And I'm going to hold Shift and snap this down here to the bottom. And I'm actually going to scale this in a little bit. I'm going to hold Command and Shift, or Control and Shift, scale that in about that far. And now let's grab the text tool, or the artistic text tool. And to place the text on the inside of the circle, I'm going to click on the edge of the path, but I want to make sure I click on the inside of the path. If I click outside of the path, it's going to place the text on the outside of the circle, which we don't want. We want it on the inside. So I'm going to click right about there. And there we go. We see the blinking cursor. I'm just going to write Affinity. Or you know what? I messed that up. Let me try that again. With the object selected, click on the path. There we go. And let me select all of the text to make that a much smaller size for now. And I'm going to use a different font, Montserrat. I'll go with extra bold. And I want the text to be perfectly along the bottom center here. So I'm going to take this green triangle and snap it to the left edge. And then I'll take this orange triangle and snap it to the right edge. This represents the start point of the text, and this is the end point of the text. So I'm going to now center the text, center align it. And now I can space it out by holding the Option key or the Alt key and using the right arrow. And I'll make that a little larger. I'll go with that size, space that out a little more. That looks good. And if you have to control, if you want to change the spacing between the text and the edge there, you could just hold Command and Shift and scale that up or down as needed. So I'll adjust mine a little bit. And just for decorative purposes, I'm going to add a little star in the center here. So let me grab my star tool and I'll click and drag, hold Shift to draw a star. Place that on the center. Totally optional. You could place whatever you want there or nothing at all. Your call. And now I just need to adjust the spacing because we got a lot of spacing in here and a lot up here. So let's clean that up a bit. I'm going to select these three objects right here, the rectangle, the text, and the black object. And I'm going to hold Shift and scale, or click and drag this down about that far, just to bring in some of that space. And then what I'll have to do is take this node right here. Let me grab the nodes tool. I'm going to have to bring that node into about there, just to fix that. And now I can take this text and hold Shift and bring that down to there. And now I'm going to select these objects up here and grab the nodes tool. And click and drag over these nodes, hold Shift and scale them down about that far. Okay, so the logo design is complete. All we have to do now is knock out these white areas to make them negative space. Or if you want to leave them as they are, you can. You can just color them in. But let me show you what I mean. I'm going to select all of this and move this off the page. And I'm going to press the pipe key or the vertical bar key so that we can see things that are off the canvas. And you can see this white area is not transparent. We want to make this white area transparent. So to do that, so let me make a duplicate of these objects by holding the Option key and clicking and dragging down like that. Or that would be the Alt key on Windows. And let me deselect them. And I'm going to take each of these text objects and convert them to paths. So I'll select this text down here and go to Text. Or no, go to Vector and select Convert to Curves. And I'll do the same thing with this text. Select that, and go to Vector, Convert to Curves. And then the same thing over here. Select that and go to Vector, Convert to Curves. And now I'm going to select everything, or select all of those objects. And I'm going to hold Shift and click on the text items to deselect them. We don't want them selected for what we're about to do next. And I'm going to grab the Shape Builder tool, which is over here. And we want to select the Subtract option this time, and then just draw a line going through these white areas to subtract them out from the shape. So let me click on those one by one. And once they're removed, you can now select the Add option, and you can just unify this all together. So let me click on all of that. We want to unify this together as well, and unify this. Okay, come down here, do the same thing. We want this all to be one shape. And there we go. So let me grab my Select tool now, and I'm going to take this object, and I want to make sure I have it lowered to the bottom of the stacking order in the layers. So I'm just going to press Command Shift and the left bracket key to send that to the bottom. And I'm going to take this text item, hold Shift, click on the logo, and choose the subtract option. And then I'll do the same thing, hold Shift and click on the star, subtract that, and then hold Shift and click on this text and subtract that. And now we can select all of this and unify it all together. And now we have a single object that could function as a logo with transparency included. And if you want to make a negative copy, let me make a copy of that. I'm going to come over here to the layers menu and right click that and go to duplicate. And I'm going to select the copy beneath it and make the copy beneath that white. And then go to vector and choose fill holes. And then grab the contour tool and click and drag this handle to the right just a little bit to put a little bit of an outline around it. And I want to make those corners, I want to make the ends corners and then bake the appearance. And then I can select both of those objects and do a subtract. And now we have a negative copy that is all white. So that is how you can go about creating that simple text-based logo design using Affinity. If you found this lesson useful, be sure to check out my Affinity Masterclass. It's a collection of over 80 videos where we go over all of the tools and features in the Affinity app, and I explain what they are and demonstrate how they work. Kind of like how I did in this video. We even have a private community where you can ask questions, get help from me anytime you need it, and share your work to get feedback from the community. By the end of this course, you will have everything you need to become a master of the Affinity app. I'll have some information about that down below if you want to check that out. And as always, thanks for watching.